Hi, this is Jason Tweedy from Karcher UK, and today's video is on the industrial vacuum, the IVR-L 120 24-2 TCMEDP. Bit of a mouthful. What I'll do for this video is keep the walk around shorter but the demonstration longer because of the options on this. Start with a nameplate, just to give an explanation. So it's an industrial vacuum robust dash liquid. The next number, the 120, stands for the capacity of 120 litres. Now, you actually get probably approximately 100 litres. You lose about 20 litres to the filter inside that comes down, but this is an increased capacity. Just to give you a comparison, its little brother, the IVR 100, is next to it. And if I stand over here, that should give you a comparison. Okay, and the 100 has about 80 litres capacity. Going back to the nameplate, it is a 2.4 kilowatt, 240 volt plug. Yeah, with about 8 metres of cable. Twin motor. So you've got the option there for 1 and 2 motors. You can just have 1 motor if you want, or 2. Then it is a tilting chassis, which if I take you around the back, what you have on this version is a release handle here. You lift that up and then you're able to pick the machine up from there with the head off, and all the accessories from out it, you are able to tilt the chassis up and over. I'll show you that in the video later on. But with the head off, you're able to tilt that over and empty it. Back to the nameplate. The ME is basically German for stainless steel. So without the ME for the TCDP, this tank would be a powder coated epoxy grey. The DP finally stands for the drum pump. Now again, this is a separate power supply, 240 volt. You would just take the adapter off the other plug for powering the machine. What this enables you to do is to, rather than tipping it or using the drain hose, you are able to turn this on, control the speed, and this hose here can be disconnected and you can fill a machine at height. So you're able to put this into IBCs that are bunded up and above, and this has the power to empty the machine that way. The drum pump is removable, so it can be serviced. I'll show you with it actually there. Now, just as a bit of a note with the drum pump, we do advise that you don't use the drum pump and the vacuum at the same time. The reason being is the vacuum and the drum pump work against each other. And what can happen is you can cause a bit of a negative vacuum, which can cause damage to the unit. It's light, but it's just something we don't recommend. Just back onto the machine, just to talk through the features. It has a complete 360-degree swivel head for where you plug in the hose. Hose is down there, which I'll show you later on the demonstration video. That means you can lock the wheels and you can walk all the way around and do collection. You also have a fill level point. Karcher's £1 million of investment meant that what we did to tell you where the level is put a cable tie on this hose and also put a sticker on to give level. Simple but clever for an industrial environment. Sometimes the simpler solutions are the best. Now again, this hose also deattaches the geeker coupling, and this can also be used to go to drain. Okay, I'll put that back. Apologies, one-handed connection. There we go, and that's now back on. So with this machine, it has a 50mm coupling here. And we can use this with DM50, i.e. 50mm, or DM40, 40mm hose and accessories. I tend to use 50mm for most circumstances, and we drop it down to the 40mm where the liquid that you're collecting is quite viscous. It collects slower, but by decreasing the pipe size, that increase in vacuum power just means you get a bit of a better draw. It's quite a powerful machine anyway. So we are talking very viscous liquids. The machine itself is designed for liquids or liquids with particles inside. So with that in mind, the particle size maximum that you could have, again, is 2/3 of the pipe sizing. So for a 50mm hose, you are looking at a maximum particle size of 35mm. For the DM40, you're talking 25mm or an inch. What I'm going to do is just put the camera to the side. I'm going to remove the top and show you the inside of the tank, and then some of the extra options that can be added. There's just a couple, but I'll put you on this vacuum here. Top comes off like this, very simple with 2 cam locks. So, inside the tank, tilt this forward, very basic. It's a stainless steel construction. You have the filters inside there. These just protect the drum pump connection there and the drain hose there. Now, to talk about some of the options that we can put inside this machine, we have a mechanical fill protection, which is basically the floats there. So as this goes inside the machine, as the liquid rises, this lifts the float balls and it seals this point here. You won't be able to see inside, I'll try to lift it, but it seals that connection off there, and that stops the vacuum. And what you would then hear is the vacuum. This sits underneath. What we can then do is put this in as well. Now this is our 40-litre stainless steel swarf basket. This drops, I can lift this pretty simply into the tank. Sits at any angle, but what this does is, as the liquid comes in and through the tank, down this way, any particulates that you want to filter out, so for example swarf particles, can be then removed and recycled or disposed of afterwards, leaving you with the liquid free to remove with particle free. If the hole sizes in this are 0.5mm, so what we can do instead, if you want finer filtration, is use the fine fleece basket. See the part number there. We'll hold the camera straight. I'll do my best to put this in one-handed, but this basically sits inside the swarf basket. So you just use a spring-loaded part there. Apologies. And this then just lifts up in place. There's a little ring on the inside there where this is designed to sit. Just get that squeezed down. There we go, much better job. That just gives you a finer filtration if you've got smaller swarf or other particulates that you want to filter out. And again, comes out with it, bag's easy to remove. Just pull it out like that. Again, apologies, it's one-handed. Comes straight out, as you can see. One final feature I would like to talk about is what we call the surface filter on this. So this is a 0.45 square metre filter. Its only job is to protect the motors in this machine. Behind this is a metal perforated basket, a bit like the swarf basket really, but upside down. This protects materials, media from getting inside, and the surface filter's job is just to basically protect water and or dust from getting inside the motor. It's just a protection. These units do also come with a baffle plate that sits above that basically stops splashbacks. This is the liquid nozzle, which not sure how good this is, but this is a tube and tube. What I'm going to do now is empty the contents of this bucket. That will then take it to the machine, and I'll then show the machine being emptied. The idea of the liquid nozzle is it allows quicker collection of liquids from a vessel without creating damage to the machine by creating a perfect seal. This will allow air through the tube at the same time as collecting liquid. Show you that. That is that bucket emptied. I don't know how long that took, but it was virtually seconds. What I will do now, put the camera back to where it was. If you can see that. So, what we can do now is undo this. And this is now draining the water out. What I'll do very quickly.
Karcher makes a difference.